So when I say a movie is going to suck ass after I watch the trailer or just, kind of what the movie's about, I would probably say like 98% of the time I'm correct. But there's always that 2% that comes back to kick me in the ass. And this movie's one of them because it actually wasn't too fucking bad. Hey guys, welcome to Happywax TV. So, yeah, I don't normally eat my words very much, but I'm going to have to go back and do it with this movie because I thought this movie was actually pretty good for what it was. Doom Annihilation. I had one of my subscribers send it to me. I read that it doesn't come out till October 1st, so it was kind of surprised when he sent it to me. So I'm not going to put any clips up just for copyright bullshit, just in case. But I'm definitely going to talk about this movie because, I got it sent to me. I had no intention of watching this movie just because the first trailer, I ragged on it so hard in a trailer review video. And I still stand by this. Whoever edited or who was in charge of editing that first trailer for this movie should be fucking fired because, it was terrible. And, there was so much hatred going around the internet about this movie just off of that trailer. And a lot of people aren't going to watch this movie because of that first trailer. And it's a shame, really, because I really did like this movie. Now, it's not perfect in any way or a perfect movie, but it's fucking way better than that trailer makes it look. But anyways, quick synopsis here. It follows a group of UAC Marines as they respond to a distress call from a top secret scientific base on Phobos, which I believe is a moon that is closest to Mars, only to discover it's been overrun by demons who threaten to create hell on Earth. Well, that's pretty much the video game right there, the original video game, isn't it? So it's been years. Like, I'm 48 years old. I can't remember when the fucking first Doom game came out way back, on the old PCs. But I did play it, and I will tell you that, I think they did their best to try and reenact that with the hallway scenes and stuff, the corridors and shit. Like, from what I remember, that's more or less what it looked like, you know what I mean? And they did a really good job. I was really impressed with the set pieces on this movie, considering it's a low budget movie. Even the outfits that they were wearing and the guns they had, it was fucking good. It was filmed in Bulgaria, so I have read that a lot of people will go to Czechoslovakia and places of that nature because it's cheaper to film there. So maybe that's what they did here to save some money. They didn't have to pay the outrageous, amounts that they probably have to pay in the States and stuff to film. So they probably saved themselves a shit ton of cash by filming it in Bulgaria. But I was impressed. I'll tell you what else I was impressed with were the demons. I don't know what their names are. I can't fucking remember. But the creatures in this movie were all practical. Except for the very end. I think the boss guy might have been some CGI to him. But, so when you watch this movie, and you see these demon creatures, this just backs my when I rag on I Am Legend with Will Smith as to how good that movie could have been if they didn't fucking listen to some idiot producer or whatever they did and put in CGI vampires and just ruined that potentially fucking awesome movie. Because they didn't do that in here. These demon creatures are they're people in fucking costumes. That's exactly what they are, and it fucking looks killer, man. Like they're crazy, and I don't know if they use dancers or people of that nature that can kind of contort themselves and shit like that. But it worked, and I fucking loved it. The first act is, they're in the laboratory there, and they've got the time portal or the portal that they open up, and they send somebody through, and he comes back and he's all infected, and then destroys the base, or the demon creatures come through, same as a video game, and take over this base, right? So, and then they call these Marines in, on a distress call. So that's the first kind of act, and you meet all the Marines and stuff. And the main character, I'm not going to go through the whole list, but the main character is Joan Dark, played by Amy Manson, and she's awesome in this movie. Actually, the whole cast is pretty fucking good. But anyway, so they send these Marines in, and then the second act pretty much kind of picks up once they land, and then all hell breaks loose. You know what I mean? But back in the first act, you learn about the characters, and you know that this Joan character kind of did something she wasn't supposed to do, and all her Marine, like I guess mates or whatever, or in her squad, kind of don't want to work with her because of what she did and blah blah blah. So there's a little bit of bickering back and forth, and I mean it worked, but there was a few scenes in the first act and I was kind of rolling my eyes just because you know, people who are supposed to be fighting together, you know, as a team, were kind of squabbling back and forth and bickering and stuff. And I always resort back to Predator. That is the perfect fucking movie for these types of movies, because everybody in Arnie's squad worked together to get the job done. You know what I mean? Like there was no assholes in this squad, but just the bickering and the squabbling between a few characters was kind of took away from it a little bit. But that aside, I mean, the first act was okay, but the second act was fucking killer, because I mean, all it was is just like the video game, going from like corridor to corridor to corridor, fighting these creatures. And I mean, nobody's safe in this movie. You know what I mean? So, and I mean, it's bloody and it's gory, and all the gore is like practical. You know what I mean? Like it was awesome. I was sitting there going, wow. Like here, I feel like an ass because I just ragged on this movie about how bad it was going to be, and I'm actually fucking liking it. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of, you know, hit me in the right way. I mean, it's not a perfect movie by any means, but they tried their best and they did it the right fucking way on the budget that they had. But just keeping most of it practical and not chinsing out and having these fucking stupid CGI demons. Do you know what I mean? For the most part, there is CGI in this movie. And, you know, you can tell it's not the best CGI, so thank fucking God that they didn't, you know, use more of it, because it would have taken away from this movie. The majority of this is practical. Obviously, when at the end there, when they go into their dimension, it's more CGI-ish, do you know what I mean? But it is what it is, you know what I mean? But the creatures in this movie, well done. And the gore, the practical gore, well done. And some of the kills, like it's a bloody mess. The second act of this movie is a bloody mess. So anyways, I don't want to talk too much about the third act. You know, there's a little bit of a twist there and stuff like that. Third act was kind of sketchy a little bit, you know, whatever. But the second act made up for it, man. Like just the kills alone in this movie, and the blood and guts, and you know, not trying to cheap out on that or have these stupid shots where they go to, you know, blow somebody apart and then they pan away. You know what I mean? Like, nope, if somebody was getting blown up or eaten, I mean, you saw it, and it was great. I fucking loved it. So the only thing I wish, you know what I mean, they could have done is, the unfortunate thing is this movie, and I don't know if it's because I watched it in, you know, like 4K and stuff, but it had like a video type of feel to it, as a lot of movies do, like the lower budget, because it's not on film, right? I wish they would have put a filter on it to kind of give it more of like an 80s style, like you know what I mean, like more of a film style, like a 16 mil, because that would have been fucking killer to see this movie in that. I know filming on film is super expensive, so they probably couldn't afford it, but even just get the right filter just to kind of dull down the video look, and it would have made like tons of difference for this movie, which was great anyways, you know what I mean? So that would be the only thing. I mean, we have to accept the fact that it's a low budget movie, and that's what we're getting. But man, oh man, like they use the money wisely, and I would highly recommend this movie to anybody. I mean, keep in mind, I mean, we're not going to write a fucking thesis on the Doom Annihilation movie, right? So don't go in there saying, well, that doesn't make sense and that's not realistic. But I mean, you could say that about any fucking movie, really. Do you know what I mean? So just go in. It's like a Saturday afternoon popcorn flick, and it's you know, the second act of this movie is fucking awesome. And that should be enough. You know, when I was watching this, and I'll end with this, when I was watching this movie, it reminded me of Starship Troopers. Okay, I went into that movie and I didn't know much about it. You know, I think I saw one trailer for it and I thought it was going to be terrible, but I just went because a bunch of my buddies wanted to go see it, and I fucking loved that movie. And this movie reminded me that. Now, obviously, this movie isn't on that scale, but it's just the guns and the, you know, blowing shit up, and it's just, I didn't expect Starship Troopers to be that fucking gory, and I didn't expect this movie to be that gory, and it was, and it saved it. You know what I mean? Like it was awesome. You know what I mean? I love the second act of this movie, and it won me over. So anyways, let me know what you think. You know, there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to like this movie just from the first trailer that they put out. But again, just go in thinking, keep your mind open. You know what I mean? It's a Doom movie. And I mean, it's basically just, you know, the Marines going around killing fucking demons to try and get to this reactor to turn the place back on, right? So, and that's what they're doing, is they're fighting for their lives for this entire movie. And I mean, it's bloody and messy and pretty fucking awesome, actually. So anyways, if you've seen this movie, which I don't think you have at the time of this taping, but if you do get the chance to see it, please let me know what you think of it. Do you agree with me or disagree? I don't know. There was just something about it. You know what I mean? Like, if you can get through the first act and into the second, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But I really enjoyed this flick. So, I don't know. To give it a rating, I'd probably give it like a 6.5, 7, which might be kind of low. But, you know, it's just, the second act was awesome. You know what I mean? The first act, man, not too much. And again, the third act, the ending, a little cheesy. You know what I mean? But I think a 6.5 or a 7 is a really fair rating for this flick. But I'll tell you, if I was to give a rating off the original trailer, I'd give it a 1. I don't know who fucking edited that thing, and it's a shame too, because he ruined it for a lot of people that aren't going to watch this movie because of that first trailer, and it's a real shame. So, but anyways, if you do watch this, take my advice or trust me on my opinion. Give this movie a watch. It's only an hour and a half. Or I think it's an hour and 40 minutes. You know what I mean? But it is definitely worth a watch. Saturday afternoon, popcorn flick. I think you're going to love it. So anyways, when you do get to see it, let me know what you think about it, guys. Chime in, because I'm interested in your comments. And yeah, we're coming up on 2,000 subscribers. I don't normally ask for people to subscribe because that's not what I'm about. I just do this for free because I love talking about horror movies and I love to ramble, as you guys all know. So that's what I'm doing. And this is the platform I can do it on. So if you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. It'd be nice to hit 2,000 by the end of the year. But I'll leave that up to you guys. If you want to hit that button, that'd be awesome. If not, it's all good. I just appreciate you coming to check the videos out. So anyways, Doom Annihilation, I really liked it. Let me know what you guys think of it when you see it. And until next time, stay scared.